side.
Hello guys, it's Tiger1286, and welcome back to another episode on the NightOwl server. And today, we are actually going to be taking a break from our base out here near the Iron Golem farm and spawn, and we are going to be getting some work done on another project that I've had. Actually, I was just talking to Cirque a little bit, and I was telling him that lately I've been having some real trouble getting inspiration for building, as well as I've noticed that as a builder, I myself have some difficulties with coming up with like legitimate buildings that look good, whereas normally when I build things, no. That's another thing I need to figure out in this place is lighting. But I've noticed that I'm pretty decent. I'd like to say at coming up with like kind of abstract but symmetrical like buildings. Like this isn't something that like you would see in real life, not by far in any sense of the imagination. But I think it looks good, and the reason for that I think is I don't know, and that's my problem, is that I don't know why I think things look good, and I don't know how to make things look good. I just kind of get a sense of how things look, and then stop when they look good, I guess you could say. But yeah. So I'm looking for a project that we can work on together that will kind of, sort of, help my building capabilities, and hopefully, in turn, help yours, because what my goal is with this is that I've noticed that there's a lot of people who don't understand, including myself, why something looks good, and that's an investigation that I am prepared to make, is the why. Why does this look good, or why does this not look good? This is something that I am curious about, and I haven't seen a lot of people try and discuss. So yes, what should he name his boat? What should he call his boat, guys? I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But, anyways, guys, it's a great name. It's a fantastic name, I say. The SS. There we go. But yeah, so I'm going to I'm going to brainstorm a little bit about what I think this project I want to do with it, or what I kind of want to get out of it. And we're going to go on a little bit of a journey to see where this is that we want to work on this. So without further ado, let's head off on our journey when I come up with an idea. Alright guys, so I've got a little bit of an idea in my head. Now, the question is whether or not we're going to be able to find terrain suitable for this idea, and I believe that we will. I'm just not sure how far it's going to be, or how far we're going to travel, but for now we're going to say hasta la vista to this area here. Just for now, you know, we're gonna come back, we're gonna swap between builds, but, you know, Cirque's still talking about his boat. He loves boats, apparently. But yeah, so my idea is that, hi sheep, is that we are going to work on making a kind of a mountain, I don't want to say castle, but kind of like a fortress type deal. Or maybe a mountain village, perhaps. But the point is, I want to build in an extreme hills, because that's something that I rarely do. Like, I've built a few things on, namely speaking, the NightOwl fan server. I built in a mountain, but that was kind of I just kind of dug out a thing and just buried my head in it and called it home. Now, what I'm looking for is a large mountain range that we can build bridges across to different sections of the town and maybe make winding pathways up it. I think that would be pretty cool. So the question is, where will we find such a place? So that's what we're going to do today, is we're going to do a little bit of exploring. This is something that I have not done on video in a very long time. In fact, I don't know if I've ever done any exploring on camera on this server. So I'm just going to stay with you, and we're going to talk today. That's what we're going to do. We're going to talk together. This is a interesting mountain, but it's way too close to our other base. I want to get far out. At least 1,000 blocks is what I'm thinking. So, yeah. I mean, if we see something that's just too good to pass up close by, then of course we're just going to go with it. But this is only like 2 mountains. Oh, what is that? It looks like this isn't Extreme Hills. But this isn't where we're going to lay our head, so to speak. I really should have grabbed some more food and maybe some obsidian for another portal. That probably would have been wise. And an ender chest. You know, we're not too far from our home, and I'm not too worried about having to travel back and forth. Looks like someone's been here. What is this? There's a string. Why is there a string? I don't know. I'm sorry, I get very easily distracted. This is probably an ABBA spot, if I had to guess. Maybe. Maybe not, because usually people, when we ABBA'd, we would just wait for a cave. But I don't know what else this would be. Maybe an old member's base or something? Or a spot where someone was planning to build but never got around to it? I don't know. But yes. Now, we could just kill some cows along the way for food. I mean, I've got a decent amount of chicken, I just don't know if it's going to hold us over all the way. And we can get food from sheep now, and I do have a fire aspect sword. But yes, this is, I don't really like having a desert nearby. To be honest. To be perfectly honest, I don't like having desert nearby. And this is a really, oh god, ouch. This is a really, kind of disjunctional and kind of torn up looking mountain here. I don't really like it that much. So we're not going to call this our home. Alright, so I'm actually going to cut, guys, because I don't want to waste all your time just walking around in a game that you've probably seen most of this before. But if I do see something interesting, I will be sure to bring you back to me. Alright, boys and girls, we may or may not have just found our spot here. I just climbed up this mountain here, and this was all I saw at first, but now I'm seeing off in the distance that there's an expansion, and it carries on over this way, the mountain range, which is kind of what I wanted. A kind of like long and drawn out mountain range, and there's even some like cliffs in between, which would be great for bridges. Ouch, and falling to my death. But yeah, feather falling. Thank you, Tiger Boots, for saving my life. It's very grateful for you. I don't know what's going on there, but I kind of want to check out this side of the mountain range over here. And we'll see what there is to see. Alright, so we've got some water flowing down in places. I feel like I would need to clean that up just a little bit, maybe. This is weird. I still don't know why certain things generate, like why this would be a thing on the top of a mountain. Why there would be sand here. Not sure. Not really sure. Oh, there's another desert. Dang it. I mean, that's not terrible. It's good because we can go harvest. I can't speak very well. We can go harvest sand for glass in that desert. So that's actually not terrible if we were to have such a thing as that. Yeah. You know, I really actually like this area. I think that we will make this our location for our mountain village area. I like it. Alright guys, so I've been just kind of standing here for a little bit, kind of scouting the area, just kind of planning out in my head where I want things to be or how I want them to be. So I'm going to share a little bit of my idea with you guys. So I was looking at this place, and the first thing I noticed was that over there, and I think that that's just going to be a fantastic place for some sort of tower or something, and maybe take like kind of like a spirally path around up to the tower, around the mountain. I think that would be sick, really. I think that would be cool. And maybe a kind of a path up that way. And that's how we will get up to the mountain top, the main way. I'm sure we will have a couple other ways up and around. Then I saw this little lake down here, and I think that that's going to be a great place for us to test out and try and build some little like fishing shacks. I think that'd be cool. Just some small buildings right down there to kind of just bring interest to that area. And I want to have some small houses on top of the mountain ridge right there, leading across to a bridge across this lake area, and then some sort of big build right here. I'm not sure what. Probably kind of castle-y, maybe a lot of stone, I think would look good. I'm not very good at building roofs, so when it comes to something big, I want it to be less roofy, if that makes sense. So we're going to have probably like parapets on whatever is over here, something like that. But today what I'd like to work out with you guys a little bit here, and it is getting nighttime, so I'm going to probably cut here in a bit, but what I want to do is work out a pathway up to the mountain, and maybe even start working about a spirally thing around the mountain there to like edge up towards our tower, which is one of the first things I would like to get done, because I think that'll just be really cool to look at. So I'm going to wait out the night and maybe start gathering some materials that we're going to need, and I will bring you back shortly. Alright guys, so a couple things that we need to sort out before beginning work on our pathway up here is, if you notice, I am getting a little bit low on food. So what we are going to do is we are going to catch us some sheep. So I went in and chopped down a couple trees. We've got ourselves a pen there. This is a very temporary wheat setup there that I used just to grab me some wheat for these guys, so I can capture a few and throw them in our pen. And luckily, there are a lot of sheep in this little valley here, which is going to be great for us. It means we don't have to go hunt out a bunch of sheep. Also, I plan to use some wool in around this area for different things, especially in the tower. I think I'm going to... I remember back when BOO was working on a castle for... his Building with BOO series, he used some wool for the roofs, and I think that might look pretty good for us here as well. So that's what we're going to go with for at least some things. Alright, so I'm going to round me up some sheep and maybe breed them up a little bit, and then we will see about getting some work done. Alright, so I've gone and captured myself some sheep. They're doing well, and they're very happy in their pen, and we are going to get to work on laying out a scheme for the path here. So I was looking at this area down here and how flat it was, and I think that what I want to do over here, be out behind the fishing shacks that we're going to put along this shore, is I want to have just like a big kind of like farming area with different crops and stuff, so that we can get all that we need out here without having to travel to spawn every time. I think that we're just going to do it manual. Nothing too fancy, automatic, at least not in such a big scale as this. In this area, we may have some more automated things inside the workings of the mountain. I'm not sure yet. I'm not really sure how much I want this to be about function and how much I want this to be about just looking good, this project yet. That's something that's going to come with time, I suppose. But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to just kind of carve out an area here for the path. So like I said, I want it to kind of come down in this area around here. So what we're going to do is just kind of maybe we'll use some wooden planks for now, just to kind of mark out the route that we want the path to take. So I want it to kind of curve up and around through here, travel up this way. And this is where it's going to get a little bit trickier, is this section right here. So we should still be good in this area. And what we're going to do here is we're going to bring it around about in this area and carry it up here. I think that that will work out pretty good, and we can put like maybe like a little bit of a house situation right here. Might be fine. Now we do have some terrain issues here, which I'm not quite sure what I want to do with. This is kind of neat actually, but it's kind of in the way as well, so I don't know what I want to do with it yet. See, I have trouble with stuff like this because there's so much things that you could do with a interesting terrain feature like that, but it doesn't fit in with what we're wanting to do. But I also have a hard time in giving up that inspiration and idea. But yeah, so we're going to bring it up and around. God dang it, man, just get out of here. Ain't no one likes you. Ain't no one likes you. Alright. So something like that. And this might be a little bit sharp, actually. Yeah, bring it up around here. And we need to get it to the bottom right there. So I think I am going to end up covering up this area here and just bringing the path just straight through there. And that's what we're going to do. I like it. Alright guys, so of course as soon as I start to record, it begins raining, but yeah, so I've been doing a little bit of work here on the pathway up the mountain, and it's very similar to the pathway that I put in place out in front of End Effects Castle. I really like how it looks, just kind of like a kind of a beaten old path is what it's supposed to look like, and I've gotten it all the way up to here. Although there's some spots that still need to, the grass still needs to grow back there. But yeah, and I noticed that we've got this little outjut right here. And I kind of thought it might be cool if we were to build like a little bit of a, not really a stable, but kind of like a horse stall or something right here. Kind of like you're making your way up the mountain and you've got to make a pit stop real quick, you know, type of deal, or just like some place to store a steed. That's what it'll be. It'll be a store steed. So yeah, so we're gonna work that out together. I don't have a whole lot of resources, so we're gonna just make do with what we have, and I think that it'll be decent. I think it'll work out. Now, what we're going to make it out of is some, it's going to be really, I want it to look kind of rickety, is the feel that I'm going for here. So we're going to go with a lot of fences, and we're going to use the spruce wood fences because I really like the way that they look. Spruce wood is one of my favorite blocks, or yeah, one of my favorite types of wood. So yeah, so we're going to take this up here. I'm not quite sure what I want to do for like the overhang yet. I may end up doing some wool and a little bit of a pattern, but we're going to work out the shape of this really quickly first. Alright, so it's going to be on a diagonal, which is a little bit tricky, but I think that we can manage it. Now we need at least 2 blocks for the horse or donkey or whatever we're putting in there to fit through. And it's going to be on a little bit of a diagonal, like I said, so pardon me if this is kind of difficult to work out. Alright, but I think something like that is a nice little shape for it. It's not symmetrical, but it will do just fine. So we're going to throw up a few things like and I'm not really sure what I want to do for the areas in between the blocks. Maybe if we... No, that's way too bulky. Way too bulky. So maybe we do have to go with fences here. But, I'm not sure how I feel about that. Don't really like it that much, to be honest. Having them connect. We could just leave it like that, maybe. Something like so. Throw a couple fences there as well. Might work. Might just work. I definitely don't like that. Alright. I'm not too pleased with it, to be honest. Alright, so I'm going to work out a little bit of shape here off camera because I'm having some trouble, and then we will work on figuring out what we're going to do for the overhang. Alright guys, I've got a little bit of something worked out here. I just kind of left it like this and raised up these so that we can dismount from the horse or mule without getting damaged. And I think what we're going to do for the roof here is go with some wool. And I brought a few different colors here from the sheep down there, actually, to test out. And I'm not sure if we want to kind of go with a color scheme or just randomize it. I don't know. I also have that. And maybe we put it sideways. Yeah, that's nice. Give them a little bit of food when they arrive. The horses, that is, not the people. People don't eat that unless they're very strange people. But who am I to judge? If you like that, then by all means go eat hay bales all day. All right, so something like that maybe, and maybe just something like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. So let's take that out. Nighty night, circ. Nighty night. Nighty night. Alright. Yeah, so I need to actually get a little bit more wool than this to finish up the little overhang here, but once I do, I will show you how it looks. Alright guys, so I've got this little guy finished up, this little single stall stable, or what did we call it before? I don't know. But this guy is all finished up. We've got the path worked up to there. There's just a few things that I would like to do to wrap up the episode, and that is to get just a little bit of growth in the path. Not a whole bunch, but I'd like to get some stuff sprouting up here and there, just around the path to make it look a little bit overgrown, you know? And I think that will do it when we've got this all worked out. Alright. And I'd say one there. And one there. And one there. Pretty good, pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So between this episode and next episode, I'm going to be working on filling out a little bit of farm areas around here. I've started working out that a little bit, but my hoe broke, so this is about as far as I got. So yeah, between this episode and next episode, I'm going to spread out the farmland quite a bit and kind of wrap it around our sheep pen here, and I might actually even extend like some farmland along the path and whatnot. I think that might be kind of cool. So let me know what you think, guys, if you're happy with this project, or if you have any ideas as far as the terrain goes. I would like to work on that tower next episode as well. So yeah, if you want to shoot me any photos or suggestions you have, yeah, you can do that through Twitter or in the comments, whatever, really. But yeah, so that's going to do it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, as always. If you did, remember to leave a like and a comment, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye.
Bullseye.